Hello friends, we're going to go for a walk now with The Shape of the World. Just came out this morning and looking forward to it. I like it. It labels itself as a walking simulator as one of its tags in Steam, and I very much like that kind of a game, so that'll be new for us. Now this will be a little different. I mean, we played a few in the past. I think this is an experiential thing. So there's going to be some sights and some music. Oh, we can already start moving. Okay. I like that. When you initially enter these kinds of spaces, sometimes you take it all in and you're waiting for something to happen. The only thing that can happen is you engaging the space. So this is very Arctic. Need some ice goggles here. All we've got, it's like snow drifting. In the shape of like the outside of the letter A off in the distance. Oh, big rocks. Some globs. What are these things? Is it like some kind of critters? Now I like that if you hit A, you can kind of jump. It's kind of a soft leap. Oh, we're coming into some new area here, so there's some sprouting happening. So we're exiting maybe the iciness. Oh, we can interact with these things. Okay, how do we... Oh, what do we do with them? It's like some chunk of ice or something that we're trying to... Oh. Okay, let's go back here. Some kind of bridge that's now appeared over top of these things. Oh, I see. We can kind of pound at the grass. This has brought us up onto a big plateau. Now, besides the fact that I very much enjoy these kinds of games. Oh, we're heading off into... I don't even know where we're heading off to. There's still some surface. One of the reasons particularly grabbed me about this one, well, A, it's beautiful. But I think the main developer, Stu Maxwell, he's from Vancouver here. And said he was heavily inspired by his, walks around the landscape here. So I thought, well, then we definitely have to play it. Because we... like the same places, so where we live here definitely has is a varied topology. There's a lot going on depending on where you choose to go. Okay, we're gonna go back down over here. We'll manually... Oh, I see. So if we continue beating on these weird things, these pillars are like growing. Okay, so the bridge goes back up. Yeah, I don't know fully what... Whoa. But there's always, depending on where you go here, there's mountains, there's ocean, there's a little of everything. Now we're heading towards, looks like a gate with the symbol of the game that we've just passed through. I don't know what, that was like a checkpoint or something. Now trees, I love it. Trees are just tilting up, like they're just folding out of the ground, like like a pop-up book. Oh, see, this is gorgeous. Now we're heading out of the mountains down towards the ocean. Wonderful. And if you bump on these things, they're like some kind of... It's almost like we're already underwater. There's like some kind of sea squids that are just like, oh, I want to get out of here. Some sea anemones or something. Oh, some spikiness. They burst when we come near them. Now I feel like we're kind of... That looks like we're right along the edge of the shore here. Interact and throw a seed. Oh, I can throw seeds. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. You can throw them to the little squiddy dudes. Or no, I guess I'm just throwing these in general. I'm changing the landscape. I'm creating a forest. Oh, this is lovely. See, this is like Port Moody or something. That's what this reminds me of. The inlet. These monolithic rocks. These don't exist in Port Moody, but the inlet feel. It's a lovely, when you go towards, I guess out towards Whistler. Or it's more through West Vancouver. There's a beautiful place you can go rock climbing, Lighthouse Park. Reminds me of that a little bit as well, that area. Now we're kind of traversing along the shoreline. Can we get right in the water? We can. I'm throwing some seeds in the water, so we're going to grow some trees in the water. Oh, hello, worm. Oh, he poked back down in the water. Can we interact with him? I'm going to pop some trees over here, too. We're going to walk under... I feel like I want to walk under this big arch, if we can. So on the bottom left, there's a symbol for the bursty fruit thing. I don't know what that means. If that's kind of like, we've got to catch them all. Like, is that a collectible thing? Or I don't know what the intent of that is. Is that what we were going for? No idea. Does it matter? No. I don't think it really does. I'm going to walk along the periphery here, along the edges of this big rock promontory. These colors, I like these colors are very muted. Not pastel, but this isn't trying to, this isn't hypercolor. It's not searing my eyeballs out of my head. Okay, so we've hit the edges of this here. Can I jump up? No. Find an on point. No, I think it's kind of gating us in as we go out. Oh, look at that that's a beautiful coastline. Now these mysterious, oh, we're underwater now. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize we could totally swim. Okay. Oh my goodness. Some kind of like interesting, it's like apples underwater or something. Oh, things got very red again. These rock formations coming up. Now, I avoided reading too much about it, other than just, I had seen the developer tweet out. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize the developer was local, because I intentionally just didn't read about this. And then he was tweeting about going through Stanley Park, and I was like, oh, okay, he's local. But it is interesting knowing that now, because I very much this would have felt very lovely because of the sense of place. But I don't know in terms of its development if this is all procedural or what the scoop is. So I hit some more weird fruit things as we swim along here. So yeah, it's interesting as I go towards try to get out into the ocean. Have more and more barriers seem to come into my way. So I'm guessing we'll head back where we were. And there's a lot of A's back on the coastline. Seems to be inviting me over there. Now I can't hear the soundtrack all that well. I've got headphones on, but as I'm recording here. But from what I hear, it's very lovely. This morning, one of my kids asked me what my favorite music of all time was, which I thought was a funny one. And so I have a few, but one of them is music for airports. That's been 20 some years. That's been one of my favorite albums ever. And so anytime I hear kind of ambient music, but not like in a sappy way, but in a, ooh, look at that. We've transitioned into some new zone here. Now it's very lush. The lighting's similar, but the ground is very dark. We're going to throw some more seeds. Oh, these trees are interesting. They're a little different. It's like, yeah, I don't know some kind of deciduous tree. Is this going to be blossom trees? Ooh, look at that. That is just lovely. Flittering in the wind. But yeah, the soundtrack here it carries that same quality of not being in your face. It's very, it's just there. It's relaxing. It's not obtrusive. So we can still see that symbol off in the distance. I don't know if that's where we're trying to head towards. Now, I noticed on the page, kind of their pitch on the main page is simply that it's like a place to go for a few hours just to chill out. And so far, I'm very much feeling that they've achieved that. There's a kind of mysteriousness with it all, but ultimately it does feel very. Yeah, it's very, very relaxing. I like that they have these kind of mild interactive elements. It's not super obtrusive. You know, that I can throw a tree down if I want to see a tree just kind of spiral out of the ground. That's very nice. Or I can, interact with the little critters, some of them. I'm heading out towards the worms. Also, this big checkpoint that was out here. Now I feel like I'm in the base of a volcano. We don't have one of those locally, thankfully. Whoa. Okay. Oh no, this thing is just, this A is, can I not interact? Okay, I know I did, I passed through it. Now there's these weird, are these bubbles or rocks? What are these things? I can interact with that. What am I doing to it? Oh, it's kind of making me, is it like making me bounce up in the sky? I don't even know. Wow. But yeah, I like the interactive elements are just a touch, just a hint of it. Not too much that it ruins the kind of the pleasure that you get from an ambient experience. Also like the yeah, as I said, the soundtrack's it's there, it's meditative, it's relaxing, but it's not overpowering. The color choices, the whole palette is really nice. It's not super aggressive or attention grabbing. It's not. Okay, so that's where we were earlier with. No, maybe was it? I don't even know. I don't know. Again, we just follow along. I wanted to continue along this way for some reason, but it feels like almost like we've looped back. I don't know what's with these curious rock things that every time I bang on one, kind of sends me up into the air a little bit. Maybe I gotta tap on all of them? I don't know what it does. But yeah, everything about it does seem it's all, they got the right tone for the visuals and everything. Oh, it creates some kind of walkway. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh boy. So we're up in the air now. Oh, now we're on top of... Oh, I see. Wow. Okay. I don't know what I need to do from this point. Is there going to be something else that's going to... Do I have to take a big leap of faith here? I guess so. Let's head over to this area where there's more of these white structures. Seems to be what we interact with. So as you hit the, you walk on those big weird white walkway things. There's kind of, there's a small sense of exhilaration as you're like, oh, we've unlocked something and we're going to float up into the sky. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to, I think is this, oh, did we already hit that one? Nope. Okay. So these things have gone up into the sky now. Okay, and then I see the more you hit them. Have we done maximum? Like a firecracker-like sound. So we're now, I don't know where exactly we're going. Curving up into the forest. Oh, I see this. Ah, that helped build a trail that led all the way back over to this main point, where then I had previously had a trail that went over to the other big weird stone bulges. Okay, so I don't know where exactly I'm trying to go now. Oh, we've fallen back down. It's funny too when you play something like this. There's an impulse. I just immediately found myself. I wanted to run, and not because you're bored, just because that's how we're used to getting. There's some kind of chili pepper I'm hitting. It looks like it's floating chili peppers. We're used to wanting to traverse through spaces in games fast, and we're given options to go faster or to do stuff quicker, and this defies that in a way. And it's really, except I see, when you get these ramps you actually move quite quickly. I see, now we've created some walkways. Now that last one stayed still, and then you get back on this and suddenly you're moving. Whoa, we went right through it. It's not quite Thumper, but it's you move a lot faster. Yeah, I like this stilted walkway. Okay, so that kind of comes around. So where do we want to go? Now that big A over there, I think that is what we kind of already went through once, right? Or do we want to go over again? Is it? I don't know if that just, when we enter it, it just shifts the, whoa, back down. Okay, we didn't quite. Maybe we need to create some kind of walkway up over that. I don't know. It seemed to shift sort of the landscape or the terrain that you're in. I mean, it's interesting is that, oh, hello. If you, I tapped on the tree and oh wow, it kind of jolts you forward. What are we doing here? Well, that's weird. Wow. Oh boy, there's some bigger trees. And it kind of jerks you through. We're riding mountain bikes through the forest. Oh wow, there's a lot of trees now. Now where was that? See, we had an idea of where we were going. Now we're lost. Oh, okay, there's that big structure. Let's head back over towards that. That's cool. So you can throw achievement creator, throwing enough things down. I like this. You throw these things down and then you can move quickly. So now it definitely has this this dense forested feel, which is so many lovely areas here have, where you can be just off the highway, and the forest is so deep and thick that you quickly lose track of everything. I like that you can create that space if you want to, but that you can also remove it. Oh. Yeah, as soon as you... Oh, wow, okay. Oh, we're a gardener now. Wow, it moves you around. Oh, wow, you almost get airborne here. So it keeps wanting us to knock these things down. You're dancing among the trees is what it feels like. That's a very lovely experience. I'm going to head back over towards the big A. Now we're definitely in a canopy of beautiful blossoms and stuff. Okay, we passed through. I don't know what just happened. There's the structures we were previously playing with. Oh, it's gets a little more dense in here. These white little doodads flying through. Oh, the coloration all changed now. So what was previously... Oh, what are we stuck on here? Am I able to? Oh, that's weird. So I'm able to... Some kind of... bluishness. I don't know what I'm doing. These white orbs there's a bunch of them over in the water there. These are cool looking. But I also look like I may have jammed myself into something. Yeah, these are... I really enjoy the experience of these sorts of things. It's not a game, really, in the sense, you know, it's something else. It is an experience. It's like the way we take a walk through nature, or we take a walk through anything else. You know, it's the digital analog of that, and that's as valid as anything. It's an experience that you can't get, just like, you know, sometimes, you go out into real nature, and you can have an experience that you can't get anywhere else. And every place has its own kind of uniqueness, and everybody has a sense of place that they feel attached to with that uniqueness and all of that. I mean, I think, you know, where I live, I have a definite attachment to it. I love the ocean. I love the forest. I love all of the, you know, the areas we live in, and the ability to kind of shift between them all. And this captures that. This has that essence. But everybody has their own place. For somebody, it's a field. For somebody, it's, like, I have families that live in the prairies, and they're flatlanders. They love it. That's their home. My grandfather used to come to BC and get anxiety from feeling closed in, whereas I go to the prairies and I feel like I'm about to be swallowed by the sky. So we all have those different approaches to landscape, and I like that these virtual spaces bring us into that. And to me, this doesn't need to be a VR experience or anything. I think these still capture some kind of amazing experience. I mean, these kinds of things would be, I'm sure, amazing in VR, but they're just still lovely. They take you away from the pace of things, and they take you out of normal game experience, and that's really cool. Let's see if we can. Can we? No, we're still kind of stuck here. Okay, so let's go and. Oh wow! Okay, I see. So we've gone to the shore. So I guess there's a kind of progression we can go through. So there's going to be a whole, oh wow, so that's the beginning again. So there's a whole pile of different spaces that we can interact with. I see it. We gain interactivity as we move through those spaces. Well, cool. Yeah, I guess so. I must have just hit some kind of bad piece of geology there that didn't like me. But that's okay. This isn't a thing that you're not racing to completion in the way, like, there's no real meaningful finish line. There's no narrative. It's, sometimes when you play a beautiful game, there's still, like, I think of like Abzu or something, where you still have, there's still it's trying to push you into a narrative. I like these kinds of games because they don't actually have any kind of objective or narrative that they're really trying to, force you into. And there's something lovely about that. Just to enjoy the ride. See, it's interesting when you come back through now, just wanting to play a little bit more. to see that now that you know, the language of the experience has been given, you've learned how to progress, it changes the way you approach the space. So now I view these things, well, I mean, I guess they immediately invite you as an objective. But now I do want to go further. It wants me to explore. I want to explore. It compels me to go along with the space and to discover things within it. Oh, here's more of these prickly things. See, that's funny. Oh, now I got a thing on the screen. So you wonder, was that is that kind of to guide me through to this pathway? I have no idea. It feels like it a little bit. Like, is there kind of a direction we're being kind of funneled into? Or is it a free exploration? I really don't know. How much free will do we have here? There's that shift again. But then so it puts us in this area where we've now learned the language of hitting big white things that'll create bridges. So we anticipate that. So we go back and strike all those things, and now we have a land bridge. And that's like, okay, cool, let's go. So it's interesting. That's a secondary way of approaching this, I guess. Once you've gone through a bunch of it, you can view it as not a game. It's interesting. It feels kind of like an abstract obstacle course in a way. It has a really neat thing. And then the next thing, it guides you over here, and we're like, okay, what's towards this thing? And what are these white things? These hot peppers that we're kind of banging into. Okay, now we got that as a thing. That appears in the bottom. So it's like we succeeded or something. Now we'll go through another A. And then, more of these. So I think we kind of came at it a little bit from the other side last time. It was a little confusing because we were like, okay, well, where are we going? See, now we see this other thing over on the distance. All right, so that's where we headed off to. Now it's interesting because then, is it wanting us to swim over? I guess it does. But I like the idea that you hit certain little, there's kind of like a cookie crumb trail. It was those spiky pods, and now there's kind of a hot pepper. And what's that floating around above us there? And you're kind of like, okay, how do we get over through this? And then there's some gelatinous pyramid thing here. I feel like this is the one we originally hit, but it might not be. Oh no, that's the thing. Okay. Right, and then we're through that again. Then you look around, you're like, okay, where's the next thing? Where's the next big A? And you don't see it, and so now you are pushed to explore a little bit, but now you've been taught the language. So you go, okay, let's I guess we'll continue on here. And then we'll look for either little markers or more of those shapes to guide us along. And then the little hints of interactivity, like, hey, hit this tree. Go for it. Speed Racer, you can do it. And it does kind of funnel you through here. Oh. Now, I don't know what we've... and this is, it seems to be like where we kind of hit last time. This sort of an area. We found a beautiful alcove. But you're like, okay, do I need to... what do I need to do in that alcove? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it wants me to be in there. I love that. Yeah, the overgrowth of trees. Wow. So as you bounce, you really get a running kind of propulsion as you move through the trees. It really pushes you along. So you can see all the other structures that you were playing with. Now, are these the same ones or are these different ones? These seem like they're, these seem different now. So we'll come and whap on these. Yeah, these were the ones, I could see these before, but we couldn't quite get to them. Okay, so now we've got a beautiful trail that's built up. Oh, I love the way it flows. It's like dancing sheet music. It's a nice long path. This feels like there's a place called is a Burns Bog. There's a few different areas where you get giant walkways. Wow, it's quite a lovely experience. Just this rippling walkway that walks through the clouds. I guess in the North Shore there's some of this as well. And now there's more of these big A's that we'll cross through. Oh, now we've come through and it's the color, the whole hue has really shifted and there's a lot of A's around us. Now it really feels like we've walked into a place of choices. I feel like whatever we head towards is going to be, is this going to be like where we go off into new zones, each its own thing, or what is this going to be? Wow. I think the interesting part of this is it's going to be next to impossible for me to grab a thumbnail for this video because they all are so amazing. Oh my gosh, look at you, big squid. It's like big kind of Ibanov-like creatures. Oh wow, now we've come through and there's more of these big overpass. It makes sense as well. We live in a city of bridges, so that there's either overpasses through nature, there's the suspended walkways, or there's bridges all around us. You pretty much, to get between any of the communities here, you're heading on a bridge, so that's very appropriate. I see we've come down there. Hey, big squiddy. Whoa. Oh, oh, that's cool. Oh, he bumps you. Oh, you turkey. That one, I don't know if it doesn't want me to be over there, but we're going to come back on the beach here and head up on this walkway. That's kind of cool. Those big, they're like, nope, this is our playground. Oh, there's a couple of them up here. I see. Oh, and the walkway continues over here, so let's follow it along. Up in the clouds. I've got a couple of directions we can go. There's a big A over there. There's one down there on the beach. I don't know which way we want to go. I think we're going to go this way. I'm going to plant some stuff. Oh, it's interesting. As I'm planting things, the pyramid on the bottom is growing. I don't know what that means. Was it my objective to... I have no idea. That's really cool. Wow, now these big squiddy creatures are so weird. So now I'm fully underwater most of it seems. it shifted from a bluish to a reddish orange sunset looking thing. Now, I think what we're going to do is I think I'm going to stop now, because I think I don't want to ruin the whole experience here. If you enjoy this sort of thing, you should definitely go out and give this a go. This is a very, very calm experience. It's interesting though. It's not Dead Space, because it's a space that feels like it's kind of interacting with you and kind of dancing with you. It has a real. Oh, we're an adventurer now. I don't know what that means. I guess we've gone far enough. I think that feels like a good achievement. Maybe we've gone somewhere. It definitely has not a sense of purpose, but a sense of wonder. Wow, we're in a purpley landscape. Okay, now we're getting kind of crazy colors, but I like this. We've got more walkways. I love this simple language they've created here, and how it kind of, it compels you in a way without being too prescriptive. It's not, you don't feel like you're being forced into a decision. You really want to go and check out these areas and do this stuff. Oh, look at that. Beautiful streams up ahead. Oh, you just want to get over there. Get out of my way, big bubble. Look at that beautiful river. We live along the banks of the Fraser River. It's a very, very big river. There's little tributaries all over the place. Water being such an important part of the geography here. Yeah, that's lovely. Like a fish, like a salmon going upstream. Come on, let me up. Oh, there we go. And now we're dancing in the mountains again. Look at that. Wow, that's so beautiful. These big squids dancing with me. All right, well, I've had a great time playing this. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this has inspired you to go and check it out yourself. I definitely want to start playing more of these. There's a whole pile I have that I've been waiting to spend some time in. And you have to be in the right headspace, because they're so relaxing and joyous in a different kind of way. It's very fulfilling. All right, we will see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.